The Samsung Galaxy Note 3 is here. Let's take a look in the unboxing. You know what? Sometimes it's best to think of PhoneDog West as kind of like a hub, very similar to an airline hub or like a FedEx hub. This thing is en route to Mr. PhoneDog Evan for a full video review, but I got it in the office right now and I'm going to do an unboxing right before I throw it back in a FedEx box and ship it to Evan for the full review. Galaxy Note 3 is here in the house. This is the international version, or at least the Latin America version, so it's packing the 1.9 gigahertz octa-core processor instead of the Snapdragon 800 CPU that the US version will pack. Now this thing has, like it says here, procesador, 1.9 gigahertz quad-core CPU plus 1.3 gigahertz quad-core CPU. And then you've got, of course, all the other specifications. 3 gigabytes of RAM here, the first device to launch with 3 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a 5.7-inch 1080p display here, 1080 by 1920 pixels, 386 ppi. You've got, again, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of built-in storage, a 13 megapixel camera. It's the next generation version of Samsung's very popular Note line of devices. So let's go ahead and unbox this. And before I do, I want to thank Negri Electronics. I bought this from Negri Electronics. It's available right now if you want to buy it. All you have to do is go to negrielectronics.com and pick up your unlocked version of the Galaxy Note 3. It's available right now in white, and actually just received word that they got the black one in as well. So check it out at negrielectronics.com. Now, a couple of changes both in terms of design and, of course, in terms of specifications. We'll give a rundown of that here in just a second. But out of the box with this device, you get the quick start guide. You get, let's just open this up and take a look. Let's get crazy. Guía de inicio rápido, handbook, smart switch rather, smart switch in Samsung.com, English, Espanol. And then, of course, the goodies in the box. Earbuds, and little earbud adapters. You got your battery. The battery is a 3,200 milliamp hour battery, and I should point out that the Latin America version does not have 4G LTE on it, but you do get HSPA+. USB cable as well, AC adapter module. You get this, which I'm not quite sure what this is. It's got nails, maybe, well, it looks like nails. I'm not sure what it is. We'll figure it out between now and when Evan does the full video review. So let's go ahead and pull this out and take a look at the battery itself. Again, 3,200 milliamp hours. This is the white version. And again, full Super AMOLED HD display. On the back, that faux leather back here and a pin that's very similar to the pin on the existing Note tablet. You can see that the tip of it's changed as well. And overall, the design very similar in a lot of ways to the Galaxy S4 with a more lined up side. The bottom here, S Pen, micro USB charging port, and then you've got your speakers down here as well. Up top, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and then 13 megapixel camera on the back. Faux leather back, a lot of people are gonna like that. Definitely different than the plastic, and one of the benefits of having it versus the plastic, not as many fingerprints on the back of the unit. So let's kick this battery in here and get this thing started up. And you know what, I happen to have a SIM card handy too, so let me go ahead and grab that while I'm thinking about it. What did I do with it? I had it before I started filming. Maybe it fell onto the floor. That's no good. Let's see, let's hope this one starts up. We'll go ahead and throw this one in, and we'll take a look. Boom, and then throw in the 3,200 milliamp hour battery, so a bigger battery than the previous generation Note. Go ahead and pop that in and power up the device. So you can see, again, design a little bit different here, a little bit more square, or rectangular, I should say. You've got your home button down here, 2 capacitive buttons over on the side, so overall design language kind of similar in some ways, but does take on a little bit of a Galaxy S4 look and feel, just turbocharged and larger as well. Again, 5.7-inch display here, so a bigger display. Next, let's kick off the Wi-Fi. Next, yeah, you know what, I'll agree. And let's go ahead and do this. Skip. Got Google. I do, but I'm going to lie and say not now. Special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile as well for giving us devices like the Note 3 when they come out in the US for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll get all this set up for you so you don't have to waste your time doing it. And you'll walk out the door working, thanks to Best Buy Mobile. So again, very similar here, TouchWiz user interface, running atop Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, not Kit Kat, but Jelly Bean. You can see the overall menu has changed here as well. Connections, device, controls, and general. So I've got controls over here, and these are all not only tabbed out, but kind of sectionalized out as well, if you will, between network connections, connect and share, device, and they've got controls over here so you can easily get in and go to your language, your voice control, your hands-free mode, your S Pen, all those things that you're probably going to use on a more regular basis, all in one tab. And then, of course, general as well. And then you got your multitasking capability as well here. I know. And you can see the actual notifications that remind you of stuff are different as well. So keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and say, oh, my magazine, looks like. Do not show again, okay, and you can see a couple of minor changes here, and these are things that you're probably going to notice. Your family that are interested in this device probably not going to notice, but you can see little options here. Instead of circles to denote the home screens, it's lines now. And go ahead and hit OK there. Back out of that and take a look at the applications out of the box. Now we go ahead and view type alphabetical grid. Actually, you know what? Alphabetical list. That'll be even better. No, yeah, let's go back to grid. You're seeing me in real-time debate how to hold out these images or how to show these images. Apps and widgets here. No real changes to the overall look and feel. You've still got your shortcuts up here, which you can access either by pulling down with 2 fingers or switching like I just did in the notifications bar area. Settings right here, and as you can see again, general, about device, Android version 4.3. Now the S Pen is right here, and you see Air Command as well. I can detach the S Pen, and again, very, very familiar here from like the Note 10.1, some of the other tablet devices in terms of overall feel. It's a little bit different than the Galaxy Note 2, so if you're not familiar with the tablets and you're coming in from the Note 2, you notice a change on the pen of the device. So we'll go into messages here as well. Take a look at the keyboard, 5.7-inch display, Samsung's keyboard out of the box here, and we'll go into settings. This is the international device, so I'm expecting predictive text. Go ahead and turn that on. And auto replacement as well to be out of the box, though that may not be available on the US version. So I'll say, you know what, hey there, how are you doing today? Thanks for the data and information. Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for the data and information. So overall, pretty quick and easy to type on. 3 gigs of RAM, this device, portrait to landscape, everything seems to be relatively speedy. Then again, there's nothing installed on this device just yet. Here's the camera. Again, overall looks very similar to what you would see on the Galaxy S4 with your modes down here. I can swipe through those. And you know what? I should go back and take a look. Let's go to a blank home screen here. And you can see a couple of different options. Link memos to actions, as you can see, double tapping here just to access memos like I did on the Galaxy Note 2. Cool feature there. And then of course you have Air Command as well, which you can access by taking out the S Pen, holding the button and hovering it over the display itself, and from there you can access action memo, scrapbooker, screenshot, or screen write I should say, S Finder, and pen window as well. So you can snap a screenshot of a web page or a picture, draw on it, have fun, say something like hey, well maybe more creative than hey. I would imagine you'd say something more exciting than that, but let's throw it over into yellow text and let's change it over into a brush and then say, well actually I forgot to change it to yellow, but you get my point here. We'll go ahead and do hey yo, and you can send that off to your friends via social media, via messaging, and more. Also want to point out some of the personalization options you have on this device. You've got over here by SMS, MMS, bubble style here. You can change the bubbles, which look to be exactly the same as the bubbles from the Galaxy S4. I'm assuming the backgrounds probably are as well, including the ability to customize your own background and really make your text messaging threads your own. And then also through the settings itself, or through the menu itself, I should say, go to device. We can go down here and do lock screen, wallpaper, fonts, notification panels, and more. We've got a couple of different font styles to choose from here. Loading that font list up, default font, all the typical stuff from a Samsung device. You've got your easy mode here, your notification panel, a shortcut now on the settings, your lock screen as well. This is rocking again Android 4.3, so you can use things like multiple widgets, clock widget options, personal messages, and more, including, let's take a look at some of the wallpapers. Go to wallpapers and take a look at all the different options here. A couple of different color options, coffee, everybody loves coffee. And you've got your basic set of wallpapers on the Note 3. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. We're on Twitter at PhoneDog, on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDog, and on Google Plus at gplus.to/PhoneDog. Thanks again to Negri Electronics for getting us this device so quickly, and as always, we'll see you next time.